குட் மார்னிங் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ். இது கவர்மெண்ட் எக்ஸாம் மாடல் கொஷின் சேனல். இந்த சேனல் இது வரைக்கும் நீங்கள் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள், லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள், மறக்காமல் நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் ஐக்கானை ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணுங்கள். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் மேக்கிங் ஆஃப் கான்ஸ்டியூஷன் சீரீஸ். Already we have posted first 5 videos based on this Lakshmikant's book. This is making of constitution and we are seeing it. Changes by the Independence Act. Like what has been changed by bringing Independence Act. You know, Independence Act was brought on July 18, 1947. So based on that act, they have brought so many reformations in the constitution. Like they have not formed constitution, they have brought new rules. So Indian Independence Act of July 18, 1947 made the following 3 changes in the position of assembly. So this act brought many changes in the position of assembly. The assembly was made a fully sovereign body which could frame any constitution pleased. So this Indian Independence Act gave permission or gave rights for our government or the Constitution Assembly to frame any part of constitution. If you are pleased with any country's constitution, you can frame the same country's constitution. So whichever you like, you can frame that constitution of your own was the first right they have given to India. The act empowered the assembly to abrogate or alter any law made by the British Parliament in relation to India. So this act also made Indian constitutional framers to alter or bring change in any part of constitution or any rules or any laws that was brought by Britain or British Parliament in relation to India. India has power, that this act provides power to Indian Constituent Assembly to change any part of the constitution. The assembly also became a legislative body with 2 functions such as making of constitution for free India and enacting of ordinary laws for the country. You know, this assembly had 299 members excluding this Pakistan members. Totally there would be 389 members at beginning, and 1947 or 1940 they would have started for 2 nation theory. So after this they would have divided these members, and when they were this constitution assembly was formed, only 299 members would be there and 90 members would go to Pakistan, right? So this function, this body assembly, whenever they meet they had 2 functions. One is making constitution and another is enacting the constitution or enacting the laws that was framed by constitution. These 2 tasks were to be performed on separate days. So they had 2 separate days to meet. Like whenever first day they meet on based on making constitution, this would be a different set. It would be headed by Rajendra Prasad, and if it meets on based on enacting laws, it would be under G.V. Maulankar. That we would see it at later points. So these 2 tasks were to be performed on separate days. Thus the assembly became the first parliament of Free India Dominion Legislature. So this Constitution Assembly has become the parliament. This assembly is later called as parliament, which we now call as Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, which has 2 members, right? 2 houses. So next, 6th point we would see, who whenever the assembly met as a constituent body, it was chaired by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and when it met as a legislative body, it was chaired by G.V. Maulankar. That is what I have said you before. So if that constitution assembly, we know they have separated into 2, that they would meet 2 different days. One day it is for framing constitution, it was chaired by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. When the assembly was meeting for the purpose of enacting laws, like whatever the laws has to be enacted, how must it be followed, so when they meet on these issues, it was headed by G.V. Maulankar. These 2 functions continued till November 26, 1949, when the task of making the constitution was over. So this like a 2 separate days meeting, and these 2 persons heading this meeting were continued until November 26, because November 26, 1949 our constitution would be adopted by India. As the Muslim League parted, the total strength of assembly came down to 299 as against 389 originally fixed in 1946 under the cabinet mission plan. So cabinet mission plan would have said it would be 389 members and 90 would go for Pakistan, so 299 members would be there. The strength of the Indian provinces was reduced from 296 to 229, and those of the princely states from 93 to 70. The state-wise membership of the assembly as on December 31, 1947, other functions were performed. So these were the duties that they were doing. In addition to the making of constitution, enacting of ordinary laws, so the Constituent Assembly also performed the following functions. Constitution Assembly does not only sit and frame constitution or does not only discuss on enacting the laws. They have also made few other things. like it ratified the India's membership of Commonwealth in May 1949. So it made India as a Commonwealth nation 1940. It accepted that law. So Commonwealth countries are the countries which were conquered by Britain and later they were given freedom. These countries constitute together to form Commonwealth nations. So India was ratified its membership in 1949 in May. It was passed in this Constituent Assembly. So it also adopted the national flag on July 22, 1947, So until this, only after January 26 would have parliament. So before that, only this Constitution Assembly would have adopted this national flag. It would be designed by Pingali Venkaiah, that you would know. It adopted the national anthem on January 24, 1950. It adopted the national song on January 24, 1950. National anthem Janagana Mana by Rabindranath Tagore, national song by Vande Mataram song by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. So it elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the first president of India on January 24, 1950. So when was Rajendra Prasad? This question might be asked. When was Rajendra Prasad officially elected as president of India? It is on January 24, 1950. In all, the Constitution Assembly had 11 sessions over 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. The constitution makers had gone through the constitutions of about 60 countries and draft the constitution was considered for 114 days. They would have gone to 60 countries and they would have spent 64 lakhs and they would have taken 114 days. For first draft, the total expenditure incurred on making the constitution amounted to 64 lakhs. That is what I have told you before. It would have cost 64 lakhs. On January 24, 1950, the Constituent Assembly held its final session. That is, this final session was on January 24, and on that day they would have selected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as their president, and they would have adopted national song and national anthem. It, however, did not end and continued as the Provisional Parliament of India from January 26, 1950, till the formation of new parliament after the first general elections in 1951. And first general elections would have been held from 1951 to 1950. They would have started in October and they would have ended in February. Like it would be for 3 or 4 months. So when we say when was first election, we would say 1952, but they would have started in 1951. So until they framed this new Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha would have come in April and May. So until that, this Constituent Assembly would be doing its work as Parliament of Dominion Legislature. So let us see committees of the Constituent Assembly, like what all the committees was there with this Constituent Assembly. So first is Union Powers Committee. It was under Jawaharlal Nehru. So Nehru would have headed Union Powers and Union Constitution, both this committee. So he is the head of India. He would have become the Prime Minister of India. So he would have headed Union Powers Committee and Union Constitution Committee. Provincial Constitution Committee. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel would have annexed all his provinces in British India to free India. So he was heading this committee by Sardar Patel. Drafting Committee, Ambedkar. Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights, Minorities and Tribal and Excluded Areas, it would be Sardar Patel. So under this there would be 5 subcommittees. So first committee is Fundamental Rights Subcommittee. All this major committee, this Fundamental Minorities Committee, all this would be headed by whom? Sardar Patel. So these subcommittees would have been, it would have few subcommittees. Overall committee it would be Sardar Patel. Fundamental Rights Subcommittee, J.B. Kripalani. Minorities Committee, Mukherjee. Northeast Frontier Tribal Areas and Assam Excluded and Partially Excluded Areas Subcommittee, Gopinath Bardoli. Excluded and Partially Excluded Areas other than those in Assam, A.V. Thakur. So Northwest Frontier Tribal Areas Subcommittee, there will be a committee. Rules of Procedure Committee, it would be Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Rules of Procedure. State Committee for Negotiating with States would be Nehru. Steering Committee would be Rajendra Prasad. And you have minor committees. So first minor committee, Finance and Staff Committee, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So who headed Finance and Staff Committee is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Credentials Committee. So Credentials Committee would be by Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer. House Committee by Pattabhi Sitharamaiah. Order of Business Committee, K.M. Munshi. Ad hoc Committee on National Flag, Rajendra Prasad. Committee on the Functions of Constituent Assembly, G.V. Maulankar. Ad hoc Committee on Supreme Court, Varadachari. He is not an assembly member. So we will have few members who are not elected or they would not have been a part of Constituent Assembly. There would be a way like we have selected our new foreign minister. external affairs minister, right? And when he was elected, he was not a current parliament member. Then he was made parliament member from Gujarat. So ad hoc committee on Supreme Court, Varadachari. Committee on Chief Commissioners Province, Patabi Sitaramaya. And you will have expert committee on financial provisions of Union Constitution, Nalini Ranjan Sarkar. Linguistic Dar. Special committee to examine draft commission, Jawaharlal Nehru. Press gallery committee, Usha Nath Sen. Ad hoc committee on citizenship, Varadachari. தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் வாட்சிங். உங்களுக்கு இது ரிலேட்டடாக ஏதாவது டவுட்ஸ் இருந்துச்சுன்னா கீழே இருக்க ஜிமெயில் ஐடிக்கு நீங்கள் எங்களுக்கு மெயில் பண்ணலாம். தேங்க்யூ.